People's Democratic Party has declared that the 2027 general elections will serve as a referendum on the failures of the All Progressives Congress-led federal government. The party criticized the APC for its handling of insecurity, economic hardship, and governance, vowing to hold the government accountable for its shortcomings. Debo Ologunagba, the PDP National Publicity Secretary, made the statement during an interactive session with journalists in Abuja on Wednesday. He emphasized that the PDP is positioning itself as a credible alternative to rescue Nigeria from what he described as the APC's misguided policies and propaganda. Ologunagba highlighted the APC government's inability to address critical national challenges, citing rising insecurity and economic hardship. He revealed that over 600 Nigerians have been killed in the last 2 years, accusing the government of being indifferent to the plight of citizens. In 2 years, over 600 Nigerians have been killed. That's on record. This government celebrates defection like it's celebrating successful policy. That's an indictment, he said. The PDP spokesman also criticized the APC's economic policies, questioning the rationale behind the $24.5 billion loan request to caution the effects of subsidy removal. He argued that the government has failed to deliver tangible results, leaving over 100 million Nigerians to survive on less than $2 a day. The president asked for a $24.5 billion loan to caution the effect of subsidy removal 2 years after. Where is the money? We are told subsidy removal would free up funds. Where are the results? He asked. On democracy, Ologunagba condemned the alleged preference for a one-party state by the APC, describing it as a threat to Nigeria's democracy. He reaffirmed the PDP's commitment to multi-party democracy and stressed the need for robust opposition and accountability. We've heard the president openly express a preference for a one-party state. That's dangerous. Let me say it again. The idea of a one-party state must perish. It will not happen in this country, he declared. The PDP spokesman also criticized the National Assembly for failing to act as a check on the executive, accusing it of rubber stamping the president's actions instead of addressing the suffering of Nigerians. The National Assembly is supposed to interrogate executive actions, but they are failing. They've declared that whatever the president says is okay by them. The Senate president has become a choir master, singing praises while the people suffer, he said. Ologunagba further outlined the PDP's internal efforts to unify its structures and prepare for the 2027 elections. He revealed that the party's National Executive Committee NEC meeting on June 30 will continue the trajectory of reconciliation and rebuilding. He also emphasized the PDP's internal unity and structural readiness, noting that the party's recent NEC meeting demonstrated its resilience and organizational strength. Ologunagba revealed that the party's key organs, including the Governors Forum, the Board of Trustees, the National Working Committee, and the National Assembly caucus were united in their resolve to build the PDP. I would love to have your thoughts on Ologunagba's statement.
Well, one part that gave me a very serious concern is the part where, he talked about the loan request to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal. You see, the major problem with Nigerians is that I wouldn't use the word we have short memory, but we tend to forget things easily.
Okay.
That's a fact. When the subsidy was removed, the federal government requested for $24.5 billion, $2.5 billion to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal. We heard about distribution of food. We heard about the NCG, the CNG, compressed natural gas buses, and all that. But the rationale behind all those, in my opinion, did not even yield result. It didn't yield result of any kind. Because the food inflation is still on the rise. The fuel, even though the price is dwindling, the price is just between plus 10 naira, minus 10 naira, and all that. That you can't say you have cushioned any effect. We can't see anything happening. Truth be told, the federal government have disappointed Nigerians in that regard. They have not managed the fuel subsidy removal very well. Yes, the president and his crew may have a very good intention, okay, a very good intention in removing the subsidy, but a serious mistake was made. You can't remove subsidy on the first day of assuming office. That's a very huge mistake. I think the president handlers made a very serious mistake in that aspect.
Okay.
Because he ought to sit in that office, study reports of previous governments, know where they didn't do it well, and get better in forming his policies. Instead of you are just being sworn in and your congratulatory speech to Nigerians is that you have removed subsidy. I think that is where the leader of the country missed it at that point. But moving forward, everybody makes mistakes.
Okay.
And when I personally read about his request to ask for loan, you know, inject it into the economy to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal, I felt, oh, this is a good step. But the question is, how well was it managed? We saw how some persons diverted the subsidy removal rice to warehouses, stocked them up, and some of the rice even wasted, got spoiled in the warehouse. So that is to tell you how, you know, some people in this country are so insensitive to the plight of others. Some doesn't even care if the next person benefited or not. Mike, Nigeria is really not being fair to its citizens. The leadership of this country is not being fair to
okay, he was emphasizing on 2027 elections. And like what you were saying earlier on that the electorate should sit up, look inwards, and be meticulous in the next in any decision we take regarding our candidates and towards the forthcoming election. So he hinged his statement on 2027 election. I know it's quite it may be quite early to discuss on 2027 election, but let's link it, let's relate it to your first statement about electorate and the decision.
Yes, the decision on who to vote, whether to vote or not, belongs to Nigerians.
Okay, and then should it be on party or individuals?
And in my opinion, choice of who leads this country shouldn't be on party. It should be on individual. We need to assess whomever we want to vote. We need to be sure that this person has the capacity to lead Nigeria out of the woods. Already we are in the woods. We are in that state where so many Nigerians doesn't even have what to eat as we are seated here now talking. So many out there doesn't have what to feed on today as we sit here now. So Nigeria is really, we are really on that difficult state now. We can't shy away from that. Nobody is going to play politics with that, oh, that everything is well. It is not well in the country. It is not. There is grave hunger out there in the streets. And don't forget, when the people are hungry, the society will be angry. It will become like a time bomb. Every little thing sparks up. See, while I was driving down here this morning, I saw visual sites, about 3 different sites where people are fighting.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm serious. Where people are fighting. I had to stop and intervene on one. What's the problem? The guy said he handed over his car battery to the electrician to charge over the night. That instead he hired his battery out. So I mean, it's really funny what's going on in the country. So going back to our discourse, the people of Nigeria will do the assessment, because whatever assessment I give here will form my own personal opinion on what has happened so far. And if it were me, how will I judge them? By my own rating. My own rating may not satisfy the rating of the ordinary Nigerian out there. So 2027 is still far. This won't be the right time to scorecard the present administration.
Okay.
2 years is still in the administration. Let us be patient with the president and see what happens in the next 2 years. He has just done 2 years. Who knows if he has some magic to perform before the remaining 2 years. So in my own opinion, it will be very early to judge the present or to scorecard the present administration, because there is still 2 years into 2027 general election.